Hello, everyone. No introduction necessary. Our wonderful Elena Danaan is with me today. And before we start our great conversation, I want to say to all of those who still are confused, what is Elena's book? Let's start this video with. It's called A Gift from the Stars and is available in paperback. Thank you, Elena. So everyone, here you have it, okay? Go on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles and you find it in print and you find it in ebook. And guess what? Elena just told me that the translation in Russian, everyone, will be available very soon. And the next step is the Spanish version, which is so exciting because I have a lot of people who are either from Mexico or other Spanish speaking countries. So I know you're going to love it. Sorry, it was a long intro, but I think it's important for everyone to know. Welcome, Elienka.
Thank you so much, Anya. Thank you for having me, and I look forward to this.
Thank you so much. And I would like to start our conversation today about something that I've heard from my viewers recently. I had an interview with this great person from Ireland as well, where you live, and his name is Joseph, and he said I have some connection to droids, like I do. And then someone commented under the video and said, Anya, you have to talk to Elena Danaan because she is one of those and she knows so much about it. So I'm like, all right, seriously, I have to talk to Elena about it. Elena, please tell me, what is that? And what kind of, can you describe it, what it is?
Okay, the Druids. I'm a Druidess, certified Druidess and Celtic priestess. Druids are priests of nature. They are the bearer of an ancient, very, very, very ancient knowledge that they predates history, and uh, this knowledge is a knowledge of the relationship between human being to all other creatures on this planet, the cycles of the seasons, and the cosmos. So the Druids have been transmitting this knowledge encrypted in rituals, initiations, stories, legends, myths, that it survives through the ages of humanity. I've had the privilege to be taught this knowledge, and I have been certified, and I'm teaching it at my turn. Um, it's like passing it on, being an element in the chain, just passing it on. Druids were a very ancient spiritual caste in the Celtic society. Through the Celtic society, the Druids have been really settled and known, but it's way older spirituality. Um, there were three different levels. That still is, but the functions are different. In the past, there were three different levels of Druidry. There were the bards. The bards were those who were keeping the memory of the tribe with all the stories, the legends. They were learning everything by heart and on music, because music, rhythmic music, is a way to record and data. It's a tool. So they were keeping the memory of the tribe. Then you had the Ovades. The Ovades were the healers and the shamans. They would know everything about herbs, plants, remedies. They were the healers. And then the druid is the priest druid, is the highest. He includes these two previous levels. Of course, it's a progression. And with it, the druid is the master of the rituals, and he will be the advisor of kings and
Wow.
rulers, because he will have a wisdom and he will speak to the gods and make sure that the knowledge is passed on from generation to generation. And that is That is what I've learned, and it is an ancient knowledge of Terra's
Mhm.
ancient populations.
Mhm.
So that has been a part of my life and still is. This is
Elena,
what
I have to
druids
tell you,
are.
when you speak, I just feel like I love how you describe, because I have like you take me like on a movie set, like I see images, like when you speak. I feel this is another connection with you now that I have, because I have very strong pull to this energy, to that mystery, to that deep truth. And I am fascinated by this, what you just told me. Like somewhere in my soul, I
Mm,
recognize it somehow.
mm,
So now,
probably.
is is that um, is that knowledge especially, let's say, activated, or let's say when you practice that, are there certain places on earth, like for example in Ireland, which I have never been, is definitely on my list to go. And everyone, please go check Elena's YouTube channel. And the last one of the latest videos, she did this live outside actually, in Ireland, and she was showing this landscape with animals, and you can feel the energy of the land so much, not just her energy, but the energy of the land. So I wonder, Elena, how is the that land? Is this activated more in certain areas? How would you say about it?
Ireland is a very special place because it's an island and it's a bit protected. It has been protected by from the Roman Empire, for instance. It's protected from a lot of things, and it's higher ground regarding to density, and the ley lines are crossing a lot over there. Here where I live. Uh, there are sacred sites a lot, upon which the ancients have built stone circles and put standing stones on nodes, and it's kind of a grid, and it's quite interesting and it's very powerful. The place where I live is the ground is crystal quartz. There are crystal quartz under the ground everywhere, so the vibration is extremely high. That's why I've been led to live here, because it allows more efficiency into my work, and it protects me, and I can really work better for the whole planet from where I stand on this very powerful elevated ground. So that's what Ireland is. And if you ask for about sacred sites, yes, there are all over the country. All the stone circles are very interesting to visit, but also there is a New Grange, which is a mound, pre-Celtic mound. It's very ancient. It's dating from the time of the Tuatha De Danaan, the magical people. There is Tara, and I'm going to go for a few days next week, this coming week, to visit this site. So I'll do a little short videos. I'll post and I'll show you all of this to all of you.
So exciting.
Um, like a pilgrimage.
Yeah.
I haven't been there since a long time, so so it's nice. Um, and Tara, the hill of Tara, the hill of the kings. That's very high ground. And you have the sites. If I tell you the names, it won't ring a bell. Tlachta, Ishnok. It's there's plenty. It's quite amazing. Lochgar.
Do you
Yeah,
feel like when
it's
you
cool.
go there, do you feel home when you go there? Do you feel like it's home? Or it's like, what's
No,
the feeling?
I feel connection.
Mm,
I feel a connection with out of the matrix, you
mhm.
know, connection with higher densities, or connection with the Agarthan kingdoms also, the She, and connection with what is beyond the veil of illusion.
So, Eliana, those are in a way portals, right?
Yes, standing stones. but more standing stone are amplifiers of nodes, but stone circles can be activated as portals.
Mm-hmm. Like the Stonehenge, for example.
Yes, Stonehenge. Yes, it's a big stone circle. It's a sanctuary. Yeah, yeah. It can be activated. Yeah, there's a way of doing this. Yeah.
No, I mean, I love talking to you because this is what really interests me, to be honest. Now, one of the latest videos that you did by yourself, which I absolutely love, you said about Antarctica, what took place, and there was a huge achievement from the Galactic Federation, and much gratitude to them again for everything they were doing and still are doing to help us. Um, you said that that was a really big accomplishment what took place, and we are given this enormous gift right now to start higher dimensional new reality Earth. And I love that message you said. Now what we gonna do with this? Can you talk about this, Elena? Because it was one of the most powerful videos that you posted recently, and I really enjoyed it. I was actually in the chat listening to what you were saying.
Yes, something absolutely amazing is happening in Antarctica. Antarctica was the siege of the Nazi Draco reptilian alliance, the Fourth Reich that had moved there and had allied with the reptilians and also with humanoids from Aldebaran and Alcyon. For really despicable and nefarious purposes. And the Earth Alliance has been working since a few years now to clear Antarctica and to kick them out of Antarctica. That had started a few years ago when the Earth Alliance was starting to cut Antarctica from access underground. They had blown up all the tunnels of access to Antarctica in the underground, and there's been lots of seismic activity spotted. That was that, and especially around Australia, and then once Antarctica was isolated, the Earth Alliance went there and just increased the ground operations and won. So first, who is the Earth Alliance? The Earth Alliance is the military alliance between the Galactic Federation of Worlds and the US Navy. They have been collaborating since the 1950s secretly, not for the enemy to know what they were doing. That's why it was secret, not secret against us, the people. It was secret against the enemy, which is very understandable. So that's what the Earth Alliance is. The White Hats are part of it, but there is this cooperation, technological cooperation and military cooperation. So they had. I have a friend there who works in McMurdo base in Antarctica, and this friend was saying to me that we correspond a lot by email. He was saying to me, "Oh, there's an increase of U.S. soldiers coming in, and we don't know where they're going. They're all going to South Pole. They won't talk to anyone." So I went, something is brewing. And then recently, this friend of mine emailed me and said, "Well, now there's many country arriving at the harsh of the winter, which is not normal, like China and Turkey, for instance, coming to with a lot of material, and it's like they intend to build more bases, and there's a rush towards South Pole. I don't know what's going on. Everybody wants to be there and build stuff, their stuff." I went, "That's weird." And then he said to me, "Oh, now that's weird. The base is inundated by German speaking people. I don't know where they come from. They're all there and they won't talk to me. They're very cold." And then I say, okay, I'm going to ask Thoran if he can give me an intel, because it doesn't give me always intels, because to protect me and also to protect the operations, because I can be
Yeah.
people can try to
Yes.
um
Yes.
so he said, okay, yeah, there's something happening. He said, we have hammered the Dark Fleet, and the Dark Fleet is leaving Antarctica. Only the officials and the Draco can leave through the portal, because there's a portal in the South Pole. But all the technicians and the people living there, they're not allowed. They need to leave by regular ships. Uh, that's what's happening. I went, okay, I contact my friend there in McMurdo straight away. I say, listen, I got some intel, but before I want to ask you a question. These German, are they coming in or are they going out? And he replied to me, oh, they're going out. I don't know. They're coming from the South Pole and they're leaving on boats to Argentina, the other Nazi stronghold. I say, okay, that's it. That's it. So, in the meantime, I had put my friend in contact with Michael Sala, who is really the specialist. He knows everything about these things. So I didn't want to deal with that on my own. I said, that's a X file for Michael and the specialist. So Michael was like, oh my God. And he did a fantastic update with it. If you go on Exopolitics on YouTube and on his website, he did a big article and he explains all the
What's his name
details.
again?
And
Again, what's his name?
Michael Sala,
Okay.
Professor Michael Sala.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
We are working a lot together now, and it's great cooperation. We all need to cooperate, work together, Anyway, so that's what's happening in Antarctica, yeah, that's it.
I am so beyond grateful for how you explain this situation, and I know that many people will hear it for the first time. I just want to thank you for saying all of this, really, because you explain it in such a way that people will understand. Now, with this portal, this question came to me, Elena, that the Dracos are leaving through, right? They left already.
Yes.
How this will be going on from now? Is this portal like deactivated and there's no longer access? I'm thinking like this is it. It's like no more end.
The last update, the Alliance, the Earth Alliance had found it. I don't know if it is deactivated, because to deactivate, you can't just blow it up. A portal is not a physical thing.
Right.
It's an
Yes.
interdimensional opening. So you can shoot at it, you won't
Right.
destroy
No,
it.
it's like no.
Yeah, you just need to find the frequency
It's
key
the
that
frequency,
will
right?
deactivate it. Yes.
Mhm.
So Galactic Federation was working on it recently, and I haven't had any more updates about it. But I suppose this is either it's deactivated now, or either it in the process to be. But that's
It's a
it.
huge
It's
progress.
property. Yes, it's property of the Alliance now. This portal.
But Eliana,
And
this is huge progress, right? It's huge.
it's quantum leap. It's fantastic. Yes, I know. It's we're winning. We're winning. The moon has been liberated. Mars is in the process. Earth is in the process, and going forward. And the big evil is leaving the planet. So that's fantastic. That's fantastic.
And you do so much work to explain this to people. So I love it too.
I wish I
Eliana,
could explain more, but sometimes I have intel, but I cannot tell for my safety.
yeah.
And but that has been until recent time. Now Thoran doesn't even tell me things. It's to protect me. So I could know more, but I don't, unfortunately. I know about the operations once they are set up, going on, and in a good way. He cannot tell me before, otherwise, the enemy would know. It's logical.
Yeah, and
Oh, it's gonna happen that.
it
Yes,
really makes
yeah.
sense.
I know everyone who says, "Oh, the Galactic Federation is going to do this." It's lies. It's utopia, because they never disclose what they're gonna do before to anyone. Certainly not Earthlings. So even me, my other half is a commander, and I don't even know the 1% of what he's doing. It's and I don't complain. I know why. I know the reason. We'll know all truth will come in time. All truth will come in time.
So good. Elena, I want to ask you about this now. Recently, actually in May, when we had this full moon, I experienced very, very unusual physical sensations with my body in this process of ascending, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
matching the new frequency. So symptoms, like very bad headaches and almost like the jawline and my teeth. I knew something was off. It wasn't normal. Um, it lasted about 3 days, and also fatigue, very low energy. Lasted about 3 days, and then the clarity came back stronger, the energy came back. I am wondering about this now. Going forward, I feel like I literally kind of like almost catapulted myself energetically to a different frequency. So would you be able to tell me, as the Earth is evolving and changing, how for us that we are already on a certain frequency level, for example, like me, right? But we are ever evolving too. How this will go forward with this? Is there more like those sensations coming for us?
Well, yes, the Earth is shifting in frequency and evolving, and but that's one thing. The other thing is that there's a lot of, as I said, there's a lot of evil, what we call evil, leaving the planet at the moment. There's a lot of clearing that is being done in the undergrounds. There's a lot of all the elites that have gone to Mars, and bad decision for them. But there's all these lower frequency beings and all the energy in the dark they were carrying with them has left, is leaving, and and so the more it's rebalancing suddenly.
Mm,
It liberates a bit the frequencies of the planet, who is less heavy in density. That's what's happening. The day where the Diego Garcia base was cleared, I didn't know about that. Thorhan in the morning said he was so glad, happy, victorious. There was such a feeling of like joy about him. It was barely bearable for me. And so what's happening? And he said, we've cleared up a huge chunk of underground under the ocean, and it's victory. We've liberated all the slaves, and we blah blah blah. And where is it? And he didn't reply exactly. He showed me a triangle between southwest of India, a triangle there, over there in the
like Indian
ocean.
Ocean, Elena, like
Indian Ocean,
Indian
yes,
Ocean.
yes,
Okay.
it was the Diego Garcia. So I think it was Michael Sala told me, but that's Diego Garcia. I said, what's that? You don't know about that? I said, no, what is it? Oh my God! And that day, the Schumann resonance peaked like shoo, like never before. And I didn't know about that, and I knew the following day. Oh, yesterday the Schumann resonance, it was like huge. A peak suddenly poof, burst. I went, oh my God, oh, it's the same thing. It's because they've liberated this great evil in Diego, under Diego Garcia, that it all makes sense. So every
So
time,
connected. Yeah.
yeah, it's all connected. Every time low, dark, suffering, evilness, or things like leave the orb of the planet shifts a little bit higher. It's understandable. It's like removing I don't know, something from your aura, something bad and low.
Or bad
Suddenly
people from
you
your life.
yes. Yes.
Salute.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, whoo!
I know, right? I know, right? Ah,
I
ah,
I I love
okay.
it. I love you, Alenka. Okay. Um, I have this vision that actually came to me in a response of the video that I came across lately, and this was one of my favorite people on Instagram is JCK. She's very, very intuitive, and she has a lot of downloads, and she sees like, I mean, amazing stuff. And she had this vision, and I'm like, this is perfect to talk to Elena about it. She got this literally clear downloads about this matrix we were caught up in, right?
Mhm.
So the Earth, the Earth as a planet, okay? What we really know about the map of this Earth is barely a fraction. It's not the whole planet. And this energy that was keeping us captivated underneath this frequency was created in order to be in this trap and keep reincarnating over and over again in this.
It's gone.
Right. Thank you. I love it, Elena. But my question to you about it, like, I know because like there's certain frequencies, certain people, I'm just like, I know right away it comes from the heart, is truth, I resonate. Okay. Now, outside of that plane of existence, there is much more.
Oh yeah.
And I would like to know, oh, so good. I would like to know because I feel that actually, not just energetically, because you already been there, I know you've been there, but I would like to know if I can go there because I'm not going to stay within this. It's like another Earth, but it's Earth. How can I go there physically? I mean, literally physically, not just with intention or energetically, like experience. Like I see you in Ireland and I give you a hug, for example. Like I want that kind of experience.
Well, you can't travel with this body in realms of different density, because if you want to have a physical experience, you need to adjust your body to the density there. You can travel to different realms of density, realms of existence, and different density with your being, and then adjust to the density you are visiting. That's what Thorhan made me discover. It's that when the physical abductions, invitations became too dangerous because of the war, it still happens. I've been twice on Venus, but
You've been on
he
Venus, Alien Cow. We have to talk about Venus, no joke.
yes, it's in the book I'm writing. It's a quite
Oh
amazing
my goodness.
place. I was very upset the first time when we left. I want to stay here, abandon me here.
Can I go, please?
No, no. I said, he said, nope, you need to go home. I know. Well, so to go back to what we were saying, you need to travel with your being, and you can call it the light being, the astral body, well, your real being. And then when you go to another density or place, you readjust the adjustment of your particles to the density of the place. It's a question of frequency, of speed rate of vibration between the particles of your being.
Okay.
I cannot do it myself, but Thorhan does it for me. And if he's not here, I have a belt, a frequency belt that they call it like this. They all, you will notice, all it is wear a belt.
Uh-huh.
Never pay attention, but pay attention now, everyone. All it is wear a belt when they are of a different density, because it's an adjustment, physical adjustment to the density they are going to travel to. So same for us, we are given a belt when we go to other densities. There you go.
Elena, I cannot wait for my belt.
We'll
I'm
have this, but we'll have this in a few decades when we will have membership with the federation. So
so
we'll have
okay. I mean,
access to that.
I'm like trying like playful and stuff, but I really mean it because I feel that what's gonna happen, like with me, for example, that
Mhm.
in a way I will be here, but it will be very different. A lot of human beings will no longer exist for me and a lot of places will completely transform. You know, like you're driving sometimes again to the place that you visited before, but it looks very different. It's almost something
Yeah.
like that.
Mhm.
And I think it's almost like experiencing new Earth. I'm just paraphrasing on the old Earth. What do you think? Like,
Yes.
how do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
This is called, we were talking about Druidry in the start. It In Druidism, we have this beautiful concept, which to me is a wonderful way to explain it. It's the spiral path. You don't go in circle uh, to the same cycles in cycle slash circle uh, to go back to the same place, but you turn like this, but you go up. So every time you pass by at the same spot, you see it differently from a different perspective
Mm.
and higher, different perspective. It's a spiral path. And that's the path of evolution of consciousness. So you go back to the same place, but your perception is different. The place hasn't changed, but you perceive it differently.
Wow. So that is how we're going to experience
Yes.
from our
It's the
stand,
same.
our
Yes,
standpoint.
the reality doesn't change. Reality is reality, but the way you perceive it changes.
Oh. Don't we love Eliana, everyone? Seriously, like what a blessing. I tell you, like you're such a blessing. And it's amazing because I came across Eliana thanks to some wonderful girl, Liana, who follows me on Instagram. And I am so grateful to Liana that she sent me this message and said, please, Anya, please look up ELENA'S Danaan like last year. And that's how it whole, getting to know Eliana has started for me. And I'm so grateful for you, like for the work you do and how persistent you are. And I'm so grateful for you explaining to people who the Galactic Federation really is, and they
Yes,
can ask their hearts if this is the
yes,
truth, if this resonates with them, how they feel when they hear it. Because that's the answer right there, right, Eliana?
yes. Pay attention to you, what you feel, not by what is bombarded at you, And if it feels, if it feels you feel discomfort, or if you feel it's anxiogenic or stressful info, it's broadcasted by people who want to lower down your vibration, to keep you enslaved. There's a lot of mind control at the moment. There's a lot of bad mouthing about the Federation because they are
Yes,
scared.
yes,
The Cabal is scared. They're losing. So they're scared. They're going to, they try their last cards. And, but it all fall apart.
yes.
It's the truth always wins in the end. So, don't pay attention. Don't give power to these people who, you know, they're just victims, as you and I. So just concentrate about what you think yourself, your experience, your own experience, and what feels right to you.
Thank you. Eliana, can I ask you one more question before we go?
Of course.
I wanted to ask you, this is very earthy question. It requires airplanes and travel. For example, if I want to come to Europe and visit Ireland, how do you feel this? Because I'm so eager like to go like in August, September this year. Do you think we will be able to freely go back to this and just do it? How do you feel this? Or maybe you know something more?
What I do know is that, yes, we are going to travel like before very freely. All this comedy is about to end. When? I don't know. You
Okay.
know, I know for sure the timeline, how it's going to be, what is going to become. But what I don't know is when, because when is fluctuating.
Yeah.
Because why? Because it depends on us, and it's a war. It's not, if it was a peaceful, stable timeline, you can really set up dates. But as it is a war, and a war going on many levels, even the time levels, when is not a sure data. When changes all the time. But uh, the facts do not. The timeline is stable, and we just have to keep going on. And Also, something important that I need to precise saying all of this, it is not because we have won on to jump on the right timeline that we need to stop fighting. Because if we stop fighting now, we're going to go backwards. And all our effort and sacrifices and all these people dying would have been for nothing. We need to keep on fighting like never we have been fighting now. And everybody who tells you light has won, just wait for saviors, for Ashtar to come, or or saviors or stuff. No, that's psyop. It takes your power away. you know Keep on fighting, raise your frequency, and keep on fighting for the truth. And that's now, it's crucial. And that's why I want to add as well.
Thank you so much, Elena. This is so important. It's really, we have much more power than we utilize. It's
Oh
about
yes.
our energy and our focus and maintaining the higher frequency with everything.
Yeah.
What we watch, what we read, who we listen to, where we look, where we go, everything is energy.
Yes.
Thank you,
Yes.
Elienta. Thank you so much. Everyone, please check out Elena's book, A Gift from the Stars. Will be attached down below the link, okay, to Elena's website as well. When you follow Elena on Instagram, she does very, very often lives. And in those lives, you can actually ask Elena a question. So just check her YouTube channel. She posts also information when the next live is coming. So you are not like lost in the forest. You know when it's coming, okay? Thank you so much, Elena, for everything, for being with me today again. The new book will be coming in few months. So as soon as Elena has another book, we're going to talk about it. But now we focus on this one and the translations, okay? When the Russian one is ready, then I also would let you know on my community page, everyone. Thank you, Elena.
Thank you, Anya, so much. Thank you for everything you are doing.
Thank you. And we see you probably next month.
Oh, sure, with pleasure.